Hello, I'm Richard Raffan and I'm going to talk a bit about screw chucks. If you can't afford one of these, or you just like making things, you can also make up one like this, which is on a standard faceplate. This is a 6-inch faceplate, 150mm, with a 1-inch piece of timber on it or something about that, and that's what I'm going to make out of this piece here. So I've got a much smaller chuck which fits the Vic mark, bit of wood here, 20mm, that will go on, and then there'll be a screw up through the middle. This is a number 14 old style wood screw, but I could also use something like this, which is a carriage bolt. So get going with this. So that goes on. First thing is to true it up. This is just held on with 4 screws. I need a 1/2-inch spindle gouge just to true this up. If you're not sure quite where to go to, you can mark, whoops, that's in a little bit from there, so that's where I need to go on this one. Lining the bevel up with the direction I want to go, 1/2-inch spindle gouge, just take it in. I could do this with a bowl gouge as well, but I tend to use a spindle gouge for all these things. It's a less expensive tool. Just working in from the face so you don't split the end grain as it comes around. Now across the bottom, this is pretty well flat, but I'm going to use a skewed scraper. Drop the rest very slightly so the tool's working more or less flat. And I want this to be a flat surface. So, oops, just measure that. Or flat to slightly concave, in fact, probably better make it slightly concave. So. Just want to see a teeny bit of light underneath, that's it. In the middle, I'm going to drill a hole up the center. Now, to do that, I've got a hand drill I could do it with, but that'll probably upset a lot of people if I do that on video. So I'm going to bring up the tail center. Knock the center out. You're seeing all this in real time, so I suppose it's I seem to prefer that, so you can actually see what happens and how. Got a little drill here. Come on. That goes in and just wind that straight through. So you know that's going to be central. Now all we need to do is to get a screw through from the back. So big screwdriver. And through it comes. Now I'm not quite sure how far this, I did measure it, so it'll come out a fair way, and if I find the screws out too far, then I can always shorten it with little pads. In my old age, my arm is not really up to this job. So having said I'm going to do everything in real time, I might not be at this rate. Right, so it's quite hard to go in, which means I won't need to glue this screw in place. It is a bit rusty, and I suppose I could have done that, but I reckon taken that off. But I reckon that the rust would in fact help the screw stick in place. How are we going now? Well, for a small chuck, that's out far enough. It hasn't gone all the way down yet, but I can scarcely turn the than the screwdriver, so that's that. That's running a little bit crooked at the moment, but if I want to get a block on, I'm sure that'll grip quite all right. Right, so that's on, and away we go. The main principle behind these chucks, screw faceplate, is that the wider the... all I can do is get the thing off. And that is, as you want to know, that's 12mm of screw, so that's about half an inch. What inch is on here somewhere? It is just under half an inch, and so that's gripping that little blank quite strongly enough that you could have probably quite a big catch and not pull the thing off. That's it.